Hi everybody, welcome back to Petals, and today we want to just address one of our most asked questions is, how can I not kill my fiddle leaf? Well, you can, but we'll help you a little bit.
Right. Over like the past week or so, I've been getting a lot of questions about lighting, the certain light that you need for your fiddle leaf, and also how to water. So first, with the lighting, it's best if you can give your fiddle leaf bright to medium indirect light. Mm-hmm. So that means people also get a little confused about, well, what do you mean by the indirect light? So
bright indirect light is kind of a contradiction.
Right. So I try to reword it as like a bright shade and a medium shade. And we've also talked a lot about when you come into our store that we have certain plants like closer to the back of the store. Right. Those certain plants like lower light, things in the middle of the store are more medium light, and things that are, by the door, those are going to be more high light. So it's not direct sunlight beaming down on it. It's just like, you just think of it as a bright medium shade.
So as you can see, we let her go good and dry.
Yes, we did.
We did.
But it's not necessarily a bad thing, because your fiddle leaves don't like to stay constantly wet all the time. No. So they do want to dry out in between watering. They just don't want to be, soggy all the time.
Everybody hates wet feet.
Correct.
I always say that.
I know. Yeah. So since this is actually really dry, you're going to notice when I pour water on here that it's immediately going to come out the bottom. That doesn't mean that it's watered correctly. So you want to...
you should talk about how people sometimes take that as a misconception, that it's watered.
Right. So
because
when
they're
people...
like, oh, the water's running through. It must be now thoroughly watered. When in fact,
it's just so dry that the water won't seep into the soil. So I always say to do like several different passes of watering when you're... And this is not necessarily just for the fiddle leaf. This is pretty much for all your house plants too. So... when I pour the water on, you're probably might be able to see a puddle on top, and then you're gonna watch it just kind of go down.
How it comes out right away. I mean, it's like leaked out.
So that does not necessarily mean that it's watered all the way, because when you pull it out, you can still see that it's really dry. There's just a couple of different wet spots. So we like to do a lot of, several passings of watering. And you want to do it really kind of slow. That way it kind of seeps down in there. Because if you just pour it on there, really fast, this is all going to just run down. So sometimes in the shop too, we'll have the trays. And you can actually just put the water in the bottom of the tray, and it'll suck it up from the bottom. You have to make sure that any water that's sitting in that tray, after an hour or two goes away, because you don't want it, sitting in the water with tray. Now, if you're going to do it in the sink, where you're just going to run the water on it constantly, you're going to have to do several passings where watering can go anywhere. You got to take your time with it. It could be anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes that you're actually, watering to get everything really saturated. So that's just a little bit about the watering, and you can also use these watering tips for all your other house plants too. But the one thing that we highly recommend with the fiddle leaves is let it, dry out in between your watering. You don't want it to be constantly wet all the time, just because you can get into different kind of diseases and things like that too.
Give us a call if you have questions about your fiddle leaves. We're happy to help you in any which way we can, and we'd be happy to show you our fiddle leaves. So come in, and as always, we just really want to say thank you for supporting our little shop and supporting Jeff and I. We really love all the feedback we've gotten over our little videos, and you guys are just awesome. So thank you.
And we hope that this information helps you in the future with your fiddle leaf.
Welcome to the jungle.
Take care.